can be anywhere I am. Peace and quiet within me. Anywhere I am can be holy forest. Anywhere I am can be sacred sea. Peace and quiet can be anywhere I am. Peace and quiet within me. For those of you that are just arriving, welcome. This is going to be the Cozy Yoga Inspired class. This is my daughter Lizzie that's joining me here in our newly renovated Finley Hall here at Westminster Presbyterian. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We're going to be started seated, either in a chair or on the floor on a cushion. So I'm hoping that you have some pillows so you can lift yourself up a little bit, or seated on a chair. All right, one more. I'm going to tell them how we're doing. Yeah. Lay down your burden, let go. Lay down your burden, let go. You are pure light now, you are pure grace. Lay down your burden, let go. Lay down your burden, let go. Lay down your burden, let go. You are pure light now, you are pure grace. Lay down your burden, let go. Lay down your burden, let go. Lay down your burden, let go. You are pure light now, you are pure grace. Lay down your burden, let go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your yoga class. So great to see everyone showing up here from all around the country. I feel really excited. This is our fourth in a series of 4 Advent series sponsored by Westminster Presbyterian Church, where we've been members for a really long time. This class will go for a good 35-40 minutes, and then I want to make sure you stick around for the end because we'll have this beautiful experience in Shavasana, if you're familiar with that, laying on the floor. And Bethany, our associate pastor, will be sharing some beautiful Christmas carols. So with that, I just want to give you a couple of tips. You'll all be muted throughout the class. If you have a question, just unmute yourself, just for the sake of keeping this an inward experience. And if you need to get up and use the restroom, go get a glass of water or a cup of tea, feel free. Just no unnecessary movement so we're not disturbing the experience for everyone. And in order to see me fully, you might want to pin, which is usually in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, to pin me. And then you'll be able to see me a little bit fuller. Turn off your phone, close your door, and light a candle or dim the lights most of you have, just to really enhance your experience. So as I said earlier, if you need to be in a chair, please grab a chair or sit on the floor. We'll be doing some poses on the floor. Most of you will probably want a cushion underneath your seat. So please sit on a cushion, and that will help you feel more comfortable. Most of these poses, or all these poses, are really restorative poses, although this is not strictly a restorative class. We'll be activating our muscles throughout the class, but no strength, not like a fitness class. And I'll be using simple language, so nothing complicated, just to keep your experience very supportive and nourishing. All right, so with that, let's all get onto our seat and we'll begin the class. I have been teaching here for a few years in Zoom since March, and so I have a mat underneath me that's color that hopefully you'll be able to see most of my poses. You can also just, listen to my voice. Lizzie, can you hand me the cushion, please? So I just want to demonstrate for you. You can be on your cushion or your pillow or whatever you have, but make sure that you pull the skin of your buttocks up a little bit more towards your waist so you can get a little bit taller. And having your shoulders rolling down your back, so your head is stacked over your shoulders over your hips, and really feel into your sitting bones. So you're getting up nice and tall, and of course if you're in your chair, you can activate that as well. And from here, we're going to just really start simply with our breath. Because a few people are still popping in, so I want to make sure that we're being super inclusive of everyone. Your eyes a signal to your nervous system to go inside. So this practice is for you. You've set this time aside. So I really want to honor that. We're gathering from all over this place, and setting aside this time is somewhat of a radical act. There's so many things pulling for your attention. So again, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and close your eyes if you wish. Just connecting to your natural breath. Closing your eyes is a signal to your nervous system, as I said earlier, just to listen, just to tune in. The way I like to teach this kind of a class is the breath is through your nose. So inhaling through your nose, just a count of 3. And then on the exhale, I call it library breath. It's this much like when you're in the library and you want people to be quiet. So it's inhaling through the nose and exhaling library breath. Just like you're letting the air out of the balloon. Continue with the filling and emptying, so in through the nose. Feeling your shoulder blades, water falling down your back. I'm seeing some puppies. I see Juno. Hi, Juno. This is the best part about practicing at home, right? We can have all of our loved ones, our creatures, through the nose. Exhaling library breath. We're going to do this for a few more rounds, so keep going. Inhale through the nose. Feel your fingers spreading around your heart space, and exhaling long breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, slowing it down. This is the foundation of the practice, right? When we move through the practice, we're going to be connecting with this breath. One last time, inhale through the nose. Exhale, long breath out. Place both hands on your lap, wrapping your hands around your knees. You're going to be sitting here and doing something called cat and cow. We often do that on our knees, but seated feels really great too. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. So from here, you're going to be wrapping your hands because when you exhale, you'll be curling down. It's almost as if you're going to fall back off your chair or back towards the back of your chair or off your cushion, and then come through the nose. Breathe in, exhale, long and slow. That's the benefit of doing these things at the end of the day. We're not in any rush. Exhale, come back. Feel that nice C curve in your spine, engaging with the fronts of your kneecaps and engaging a little bit more with your strength of your arms as you pull your torso through. Exhale back. Please move at your own pace and your own rhythm. I'm setting a pace, but that might not work for you. We're going to do a few more. So articulating that spine, so low back, middle back, upper back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, let it go. 3 more. Inhale, giving a good tug on the front of your kneecap. Exhale, draw your navel to your spine as you come back and help stabilize you so you don't fall off your cushion. Inhale. Exhale down. One last time. Connecting to the fullness of your breath. Exhale, come back. And then come back to the center again. And just notice how you feel right now, right? Slightly different, maybe a little buzzy in your head. So just be wherever you are, right? Just be wherever you are. Right? We bring lots of different feelings into this space, especially this time of year. There's a lot of sentimentality. There's lots of real struggles. This is not just everybody, let's just feel good. This is just allowing you to be and sit with wherever you are right this moment. So from here, we're going to do something that's going to just open up your torso. So I want you to take your right hand and place it behind your back. So the back of your hand is pressing into your low back. And then wrapping the other hand opposite to the opposite knee. So pressing into the back of that hand to begin, and then the hand that's on the knee. And so just a little bit. So we're going about an inch where and your hip bones are facing towards your screen. Come back, inhale, press the back of your hand, press the arm that's crisscrossing, and then twist. Inhale back. I'm going to admit another person into the room. Keep going. We're going to do it 2 more. So making sure you're creating some tension as you twist. 1 more time. Inhale. Press the back of your hand. Grab that knee. A little bit of a twist. 1 last time. Get really tall. Feel those sits bones in the cushion. And then twist. Release. Just notice the difference, right? You can feel that one side is a little bit more open than the other. Again, take the opposite hand now, wrap it around. It can just land anywhere, your waist. It doesn't have to be an aggressive move, right? Just place it on your back. Now press the back of your hand into your low back and then crisscross your hand across, and then just press and twist. Right? We're not being complicated here. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. You're twisting about an inch. Come back, inhale, get tall. Press, twist. One last time, come back to the middle, get tall. Full breath, and then exhale, library breath, twist. Now release your hands, release your legs. Sometimes you get a little bit all cramped up in your legs, right? To take our hands, clasp them, and then flip them around, stretch them. Like you can't see my hands above my head, so my palms are facing towards the ceiling, and I'm just going over my head and arching. Inhale back up. We're stretching tall to begin before we arch, and then exhale over. This should feel really good. Inhale back up. Inhale, exhale towards the sky, and then we stretch. So it's not how far you can go. It's you're creating that big arch. So one more time. Inhale, stretch towards the sky, and then, exhale over your head. Come back up. Shake it out. So coming onto your knees. And again, those of you that have knee issues, knee replacement, I know we have tons of different people that have different issues. Either pad your knee with one of your cozy blankets that you brought from home here, or stand up and use your chair, okay, if this is too difficult for you. All right, I'm going to move this blanket aside because I don't happen to need it. So having your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, we're going to try cat-cow here. So curl your toes. And I know some of you aren't used to this, so just go along with this class and just see how this feels. So chin to chest, big inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, and feel that tug as you're pulling yourself through the gate of your arms. Curl your toes, exhale, library breath, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, and just notice how this feels a little different than the cat-cow we did when we were seated. Inhale. So we're not dropping our torso, we're keeping our, as if we could put a tray on your back, so you're not sinking down, you're just rotating your pelvis forward and back, and your spine and your chest are open. Your chest is opening, and then your head lifts only if your chest is open. So a lot of people crank their neck, and I prefer you feeling that nice opening across your chest. Inhale, curl your toes. We're going to do two more. Press into the tops of your feet. This is also an opportunity to really wake those feet up. One last time. And then pointer pose here. We're not going to get too aggressive with this pose today. We're going to stretch our right foot heel away from you. I'm going to make sure you can see me in the screen. And then hover your left arm up towards your ear as if you're shaking hands with your left hand. Inhale, come back. Exhale, extend. So toes arch, heel, feel that engagement from your groin to your ankle. Inhale. Exhale, library breath. Feel that nice soothing action of this rhythmic motion, right? We're just right, left, right foot, left hand floats up. Inhale and exhale. And notice if you start wobbling, that just means you need to really engage with that core right around your navel. Feel as if you've got some sort of shrink wrap that's engaging your belly, but do not hold your breath, right? So it's really two completely different actions. Engaging your belly, smooth rhythmic breath. Exhale one last time, fill. Exhale, empty. Come back to facing you now. We're going to do a little series with something called gate pose, okay? So extending this foot, I have my mat spread longwise, and you may, just for comfort, because you might want to stabilize with your foot on the mat. So if you want to take a moment just to readjust yourself so you don't slip or not. So from here, pressing really firmly into the outer blade of that foot, I'm placing my hand, all 5 fingers, or we call it spider fingers. This is going to be another twist. So inhale, tracking your hand as you float through. So inhale, the fingers. You're tracking the fingers as they scoop through. It's called threading the needle. Inhale. Exhale. Notice your breath. So in yoga, those of you who are pretty new to yoga, we connect a breath with the movement. Inhale. You have to amplify the breath a little bit more when you're twisting. So, and then placing your head on the floor, you're controlling the amount of sensation. It's going to feel a little awkward, either temple or cheek. And again, the back of the hand is the thing that's sliding through. Continue to breathe. My head is on the floor, cheek or temple, wherever you feel like you can land. And some of you may be able to take that hand that was supporting you and have it come up towards the ceiling. And where's your breath here? In this twist. Through the nose, exhale. Bring that hand back. Tent your fingers, slide out. We're going to do the other side now. So set yourself up. We always want to set ourselves up for success, right? This is going to be a lot of sensation. We call this the adductor muscle, or the inseam of the pant leg, I like to call it. So get yourself set up. So float your hand, twist through. You're going to prime the pump here. So inhale and exhale. Through the nose. Exhale, back of the hand. Your eyes are tracking your fingers. One more time. Inhale, float. And then exhale, back of the hand slides on the floor. This is going to feel perhaps awkward for some of you. Just go with it. Find a place where you can be comfortable-ish, as they say. And again, your fingers are in the spider fingers, and really engage with the outer blade of that foot. Right, we're going into this twist. A lot of us have been doing a lot of sitting, so I wanted to make sure we were getting a little bit more open. This is going to be some of the more physical poses of the evening. And again, this is not mandatory. You can keep your fingers supporting you, or float your palms so your fingers are engaged, like you have lightning bolts coming out of them. Breathe in here. Exhale. And then coming out of it slowly. And then we're going to go back to the other side. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side here. Both hands are on the floor. So they're right underneath your shoulders as I'm demonstrating. You can curl your toes or not. So inhale here, again, feeling that engagement through your core as you sink down. To the best of your ability, some of you may be able to drop your buttocks all the way to your heel. For some of you, that may be aspirational, and that's perfectly okay. Again, we're coming into this rhythmic action of through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. These are simple poses, right? So once you've found the routine, see if you can really pay attention. See what's happening with your outer hip. Maybe you need to walk your foot in a little bit. We want to find that edge where effort meets ease. You can use your breath as the barometer for that, right? If you notice again, you're holding your breath. Maybe it's just a little bit too aggressive for you, so you're in the driver's seat, especially since we're here. You know, I'm not with you. I'm with you, but we have this electronic barrier, right? So, coming back up, inhale. We're going to switch to the other side now. I'm going to face you. Other hand, the other foot out. And again, we're just sinking. You'll notice maybe one side's a little bit easier than the other, and again, curling toes is optional. Through the nose, exhale. Inhale. The breath on the exhale is a little bit like you're putting out a fire, right? It's right. One more time. Actually, let's do it 2 more times. I want to make sure we're even. Last time, inhale, exhale, sink down. And then bring these knees in. We're really going to need some hip circles now. So I was looking back over my notes last year because this is my 3rd time I've taught this class. And I always use I like to use visualization, so I want to remind you about the cookie bowl, right? For those of you that have been with me for a while. So imagine that you're stirring and you're making Christmas cookies, right? You're stirring the pot. And you want to make sure you get all the bits of nuts and ginger that are stuck in the corners, right? You're using that spatula. So coming down to the right hip, dropping to the tailbone, left hip. Make sure you link the breath. Through the nose, exhale. One more time, inhale. Drop to your right hip, drop to your left hip, and come back up. And now we're going to switch directions. And linger in those areas where there might be some little bits of, nuts or ginger, or whatever you're making your Christmas cookies with. One more time, inhale, sinking down. And then this pose is familiar to most anyone that's ever done yoga before. It's common in every tradition. It's called child's pose. So for those of you that are new to it, I'm going to do something called wide knee child's pose. So your big toes are touching and your knees are spread wide. If this is uncomfortable for you, I want you to grab your pillow and put it right on top of your calf so your buttock sinks down on top of it. Right, so those props are you're using to keep yourself cozy. And if you need a blanket and a pillow, grab it. And then walk your hands off the mat, sinking down. And if you have a spare pillow, place your forehead on the pillow here to support you. Breathing through the nose. Exhale, every breath. Keep going. Inhale through the nose, filling your torso, filling every little crevice of your body, and then exhale. 2 more times. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. One more time. Inhale through the nose. See if you can sink a little deeper or not. Come back out. One last pose on our knees. If you're using the chair, you have your hands on the seat of the chair. I meant to grab one. I apologize. So from here, we're just going to do a little flow. Those of you that are regulars in my Monday class will know this quite well. So we sink down into child's pose, which is the pose we were just in. Inhale into your belly and come into kind of a modified cat. And then sink down into something called upward facing dog. My teacher calls it sloppy dog, right? So there's no real physicality. So if you need to come onto your forearms, that's fine. And then push back, sink down, child. Find the rhythm with your breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, engage your core to push yourself back with control. We're going to do 3 more. Feel this nice, I keep referring to this rhythmic action and allow that to soothe you, right? It's a little bit like sitting in a rocking chair, or if you're rocking a child or a pet. All that rhythm. Navel to spine as you sink down. This can be really sloppy and slithery, right? I can't really see many of you, and so therefore nobody else can, and everyone's just paying attention to their inward experience. One last time, navel to spine as you come back. And then coming back. All right, we're going to be on our backs now. Doing a few more poses sitting on your back, and when you're on your back, you're like, oh man, this feels so good now, right? We've done a lot of stretching on our knees and seats. So one of the poses that most of my pals really love in my regular Monday class is something called windshield wiper. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to be sitting up so I can actually project my voice, but most of you can lie down or you can try to sit up if you wish. So we first just drop our knees to one side. So your feet are really wide. Hope you can see that here, right? So your feet are super wide, like on the edges of your mat, or maybe even wider. So inhale here, and then exhale, drop both knees to one side. Again, you can be on your back. Since this is a restorative class, sitting up is a little bit more agitating for the nervous system. We drop them to the other side. Inhale back up. Close your eyes. You can just listen to my voice, right? The screen is a little bit of a distraction, right? You see the different colors. You see people's Christmas trees. That's all wonderful and good. But you may just want to continue just feeling into your experience. Inhale and exhale. Coming back. We're going to do something just called, this is a traditional figure 4. I teach it a little differently than some. I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to take my left leg, cross it over my right knee. My palms are on the floor. Some of you may need the support of a cushion underneath your head. Your tip of your nose you want to face towards the ceiling. Inhale, allow your knee to float. And then engaging with the ankle bone of that left ankle that's on your right thigh, drop that knee away. Inhale through the nose. Slow breath out. Inhale, nose. Exhale away. Inhale, nose. Engaging with your outer glute, your buttocks, to draw away. So it's not your knee effectively drawing away, it's your hip and your knee comes along for the ride. Making sure that standing foot is stable and is right beneath your right buttocks. You want to make sure that every part of us is stable, and then we can really move that part that needs to move. Let's switch sides. So get yourself set up so that foot is right underneath your buttocks. Inhale, float your knee. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale away. 2 more times. Inhale, fill. Exhale away. 1 more time. Inhale, nose. Exhale away. Grab the backs of so you're right here in your hamstring, so right behind your knee, so just below your knee. And draw your knees towards your nose, resisting the urge to curl your buttocks towards the sky. So lengthening your tailbone. And then just gently draw your knees towards your armpits. So begin here towards nose, and then armpits or even, outer shoulders, right? So you can have your backs of your arms supporting you. So this is a wide knee child's pose, and you're supporting yourself right on your backs of your legs, right? So holding here, and allow your tailbone to drop. Feel that nice tug in your inner thighs, your groin, so your legs are heavy. Breathing in through your nose. Exhale. In through your nose. Exhale. Feel the weight. So one of the benefits of being on the floor, your appendages, like your legs, are just becoming dead weight, so they're dropping you deeper into the pose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Put those feet on the floor. Most everybody loves bridge pose, right? It's such a fun pose to do, and for those of you that have never done bridge, you're going to want to check this out. So our feet are solid on the floor, so as close, your heels are as close to your buttocks as possible. Palms facing down, so your palms are stabilizing you on the floor, right? So I like to start where I press my feet into the floor and lift my buttocks, as you can see here, and then lengthen your tailbone, and then draping your spine down. Inhale, engage with your core, press into your feet, particularly your big toes. That helps support you to not roll onto the outer blade of your feet. And then exhale, upper back, mid back, low back. And if you can't come up that far, that's fine. This is all about doing what you can. And maintaining smooth, long breath. So this is the first phase of the bridge pose. So inhale, press your hands will help lift you. And if you feel like you want to have a little more strength engagement, now some of you, it's later in the evening, it's only 6 o'clock here, 6:30. Let's press your knees towards the wall at the foot of your mat, and then calming down slowly, or not. I like to offer lots of variations here. Inhale, press into your big toes. If you're inclined, press your knees towards the bottom of your mat. Coming back. See if you can really slow it down and feel the articulation of that spine, like we activated in the cat-cow, right? That is a sign of a healthy spine, upper back, middle back, low back. One last time. And then we're going to advance this to something called bridge wave. So begin exhaling everything out, all the way to the floor. And then we inhale, we press into our feet, lift our buttocks, and our hands and arms are going to match the pose, so match the rhythm. So we stretch our arms over our head or over our head-ish. So if you can't come into straight arms, that's fine. And then on the exhale, we begin with our arms and then start lowering our buttocks. So our palms and our buttocks touch at the same time. Inhale, feel the rhythmic breath through the nose. All throughout your torso, fill your torso with the breath, extending, and so your fingers are towards the wall behind you, or somewhere in that vicinity as you calm down, lower down. 3 more times, lift, press into the big toe, come up, and if you get a cramp, which I sometimes do, walk your heels actually a little bit closer to your buttocks and see if that relieves the cramp. If you're still feeling a cramp, release your legs, right, and shake them out. Keep going, 2 more times. I'm gonna come in and check in on everybody. So inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly, matching your hands so your palms touch, your buttocks touch. 2 more, inhale, lift, stretch. Exhale, feel the flow. One last time. Inhale, pressing into your big toes actually helps you stabilize. Lifting, and then exhale, come all the way out. And then we're almost into Shavasana now. I can't wait for this special treat. So make sure your blanket is handy because we're going to get super cozy here as we wind down the practice. So covering up your feet with your blanket. I hope you have at least one. And get your head all supported with a cushion or pillow. Surround yourself with your animals or your people and just breathe here. We're going to finally just grab our left knee and stretch our right leg long. I'm going to show you what that looks like so you don't have to figure out what's happening. So tie your knee towards your nose and spread those right toes. Switch sides, knee to nose, stretch the left leg long. Breathing in through the nose. Switch sides again, sliding that right heel and draw those toes towards your nose. Filling again. Exhale, stretch. And then release down. So if you need to do anything more before Bethany shares with us this beautiful ending to our class, do a little bit of wiggling, stretching. Some people like something called banana asana, which is grabbing one of your wrists and then taking your leg and crossing one ankle over the other and walking your body so you make a banana-like shape and stretching. I'm doing that now. It's a little hard for you to see on the floor, so I'll show you. And you cross your legs and then you switch sides. And then come back down, supporting yourself with a pillow underneath your legs. Palms down or palms up. Actually, palms up is probably a little bit more that position to receive the benefits of the practice. And feel yourself melting down. I'm going to pass it off to Bethany now. Thank you.
Thank you, Erin. Oh my goodness. When Erin and I were planning for this, one of the themes, one of the words that came up for us was rejoice. And the thought that, what a beautiful way to rejoice through our breath and through our bodies and just to sort of sink into this special season. So I have some rejoice songs for you. If you want to stay there, right where you are on the floor, wrapped in your blankets and comfortable, please do. I am going to share my screen and share the lyrics to the songs with you if you feel like joining in, but only if you feel like it. If you want to lay there in Shavasana, you keep on laying there. So this is a little chant we're going to sing a few times. Rejoice, rejoice, and sing with the angel voices. Rejoice, rejoice, all heaven and earth rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and sing with the angel voices. says, rejoice, rejoice. All heaven and earth rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And sing with the angel voices, rejoice, rejoice. All heaven and earth rejoice. One more time. Rejoice, rejoice, and sing with the angel voices. Rejoice, rejoice. All heaven and earth rejoice. Good Christian friends, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Give ye heed to what we say. Jesus Christ is born today. Heaven and earth before him bow, and he is in the manger now. Christ is born today. Christ is born today. Good Christian friends, rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Now ye hear of endless bliss. Jesus Christ was born for this. He has opened heaven's door, and we are blessed forevermore. Christ was born for this. Christ was born for this. Now we are still in the season of Advent, where we are waiting, we are preparing for the birth of Jesus. This is one of my most favorite Advent hymns, where we're saying, come, come thou long expected Jesus. Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free. From our fears and sins release us. Let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the earth thou art, dear desire of every nation, joy of every longing heart. Born thy people to deliver, born a child and yet a king, born to reign in us forever. Now thy gracious kingdom bring, by thine own eternal Spirit, rule in all our hearts alone. By thine all-sufficient merit, raise us to thy glorious throne. And perhaps the best known Advent song, I know it's a favorite of many. We have one church member who says we must sing this on the first Sunday of Advent, or it just doesn't feel like Advent. O come, Emmanuel. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, Oh, come the wisdom from on high, who orders all things mightily. To us the path of knowledge show, and teach us in her ways to go. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou dayspring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and earth's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations, bind all peoples in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and discord cease. Fill the whole world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. And then let's end where we began, with the rejoice chant. We'll sing it through a few different times. Rejoice, rejoice, and sing with the angel voices. Rejoice, rejoice, all heaven and earth rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and sing with the angel voices. Rejoice, rejoice, all heaven and earth rejoice. Rejoice, rejoice, and sing with the angel voices. Rejoice, rejoice, all heaven and earth rejoice. Amen. So Aaron and I planned to end about 5 minutes till the hour, especially if any questions came up that you wanted to ask of Aaron about any of the yoga practice that we did. If you had any other thoughts that you wanted to share with us, we did want to leave this time for that. So you've been muted the whole time, but if you have questions or comments, feel free to unmute yourself. And we have a little time for that now. I just want to say that I think it should be mandatory for every pastor to do a yoga session the week of Christmas. I definitely needed that. It was amazing.
Well, we are.
Aaron and Lizzie, you sounded beautiful together.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's really a treat. It's one of the silver linings of COVID, you know. Really appreciated the theme, rejoice, because it does feel a little bit old-fashioned, that word, but I was thinking about it on my walk today. Rejoice. It's a little bit like the theme of reduce, reuse, recycle? Can we rejoy? Can we feel the joy in spite of all that we are managing? So that concept of rejoice is just fresh. We can make it fresh.
I have a question, Erin. It's Freddie. Hi. You're in a lovely room, and since I'm in Rhode Island, I won't get to walk in that room, even after COVID. Is it possible just to look around the room,
Yes, well, it's
or
still
is that too?
hasn't moved in completely because of COVID. And Lizzie's going to walk you around, show them the beautiful labyrinth that's in the floor.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look. Oh, that's great.
It's just getting finished now, and this is where I generally teach my class. So I'm very excited that when we can come back to being in person, we can be.
That's beautiful. That's great.
Yeah, thank you for asking. It's quite exquisite. So thank you, everyone. I want to make sure we end on time. I know the Spiritual Life Commission really appreciated everyone showing up for these past few weeks. We miss you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Katie. Merry Christmas, Freddie. My friends Kim and my brother Alan are on. It's just so wonderful to see our WPC community and Ginny and all these wonderful people showing up today, and Karen. So thank you so much for being here, and all you wonderful WPC folks. And Merry Christmas from Lizzie.
Thanks to
Happy
you.
New Year.
And
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Erin.
thank you, Bethany.
Thank you, Erin and Bethany. It was wonderful.